Today is Saturday, April 25th, 2026, and today is National Hug a Plumber Day, which is one of those jobs where you only really think about it when something goes wrong. And then suddenly it's the most important job in the world. Welcome to Wait, That's Random, This Day in History. I'm your host, C.L. Burns, voice actor, audiobook narrator, and your guide through the odd and unexpected corners of history. Let's dive in. Today in 1859, ground was broken on the Suez Canal. It was an ambitious project, digging a waterway through desert to connect the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. The goal was straightforward: shorten travel between Europe and Asia. But what stands out isn't just the idea, it's the scale. The work stretched across years, required enormous labor, and faced political and logistical challenges along the way. Once completed, it didn't just shorten a route. It reshaped trade, travel, and strategy for ships moving between continents. It is a reminder that sometimes the most significant changes don't happen in a moment. They happen over time, through persistence, and reshape how everything moves after that. And sometimes a change is introduced with the intention of improving things, even if that idea sounds uncomfortable. On April 25, 1792, the guillotine was used for the first time in France. It was introduced as a more humane method of execution, designed to be quick and consistent. At the time, executions could be inconsistent, painful, and slow. The guillotine was meant to eliminate that uncertainty. And while the reasoning was framed around fairness and reducing suffering, the image it created became one of the most recognizable symbols of the era. What stands out isn't just the invention itself. It's how something intended to standardize a grim process ended up defining the period visually. Because even when something is designed with a practical goal, the way it's remembered can be shaped by what people feel when they see it. And sometimes, new isn't about invention at all. It's about making things identifiable. In 1901, New York became the first U.S. state to require license plates on vehicles. Cars were still relatively new at the time, and there weren't many on the road. But as more people began driving, a simple problem emerged. How do you tell vehicles apart? The solution was simple: number them. So New York required drivers to display a number on their car, initially using plates made by the owners themselves. It wasn't about technology. It was about order, a way to track, identify, and make a growing system manageable. It's one of those small changes that becomes so normal you forget it had to start somewhere. And well, some systems are built for identification, others are shaped by the people who define them. Al Pacino was born on April 25, 1940. His performances are known for intensity, unpredictability, and presence. He doesn't just deliver lines. He fills a scene in the way that's hard to ignore. And sometimes that's what makes something memorable. Not just what's said, but how it's delivered. It's interesting how these things don't seem connected at first, but kind of are. A canal reshapes how things move. A device reshapes how a process is carried out. A simple requirement changes how things are identified. Different goals, different scales, but all meant to bring order to something that didn't have it before. And it makes you wonder how often the systems we take for granted started as simple attempts to make things work better. Anyway, that's what I ended up finding while working through April 25th. Stop by tomorrow and we'll see what the next day decides to show us. If you'd like to hear more of my work or explore the books and projects I've been a part of, you can find it all at waitthat'srandom.com. I'm C.L. Burns, and I appreciate you stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow.